Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've been following my journey, you know that I'm all about exploring the power of the mind. And today we're gonna go even deeper. In this video, we're gonna dive into what Dr. Joe Dispenza means by the space. That incredible expansive state where you move your brain from the analytical mind into the quiet power of alpha and theta. So I'm going to explain what that really means. And I'm also going to talk about how to shift your focus from a narrow focus, so a convergent one, into a open focus, a divergent one, and why it is so important and maybe even powerful to access the quantum field. Plus, I'll be sharing 3 practical tips that I use to get into that space. I will also share what I feel when I get into the quantum field and how I use that field in my own healing and transformation journey. So, if that sounds exciting, okay, I'm not gonna sound like a real YouTuber here, but please hit the like and subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the bell if you don't want to miss any future videos of me. And yeah, let's get into it. So what is exactly the space that Dr. Joe Dispenza keeps talking about? This space is a state of consciousness where you go beyond your body, beyond your environment, and even time. So as Dr. Joe Dispenza always states, becoming nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, in no time. And when I heard this concept for the first time, I was like, what are they talking about? Like, what do they mean? It is where you stop identifying with your physical senses and start to tune into the quantum field. So the field where all possibilities lie. Honestly, I did not know that I was in that field until I was there. So don't worry, I will guide you and help you with all the tips that I have. I'm sure that once you're there, you will understand. To get there, we have to shift how our brain is functioning. Most of the day, we are in high beta brainwaves. So we're thinking, we're analyzing, we're planning. So we are really narrow focused, also convergent focused on what is in front of us. And mostly it is problems. To enter the space, you have to slower down your brain waves. So you have to go from alpha into theta. And alpha is when you feel very calm and relaxed, but you're still alert. And when you move into theta, this is more like a intuitive, dreamy, but this is when you're in a deep meditation. And this state is incredibly receptive. So this is where all the magic happens. So when we let go of the convergent focus and we move into the divergent one, instead of focusing on one thing, we expand our awarenessness. We feel the space around us, the stillness, the silence, and the more we surrender to that nothingness, the closer we get into connecting with the quantum field. So now we understand what the space is. I want to share personally how I enter that field and also how I get out of my head and really become the energy and feel into the quantum field. The first and most important step is to relax, because you have to move from the beta brainwave into the alpha brainwave state. And what I do is I use some breathing exercises, slow and conscious breathing, just for a few minutes, until you feel very calm. These exercises really help me to settle in and also to prepare my nervous system to go deeper. What I do is I count from 1 to 10, and once I feel that my mind is wandering, I just go back to 1. So every time I start counting 1, 2, 3, and I feel like my mind is wandering, I just go back to 1. And in this way, just for a few minutes, I calm myself down. Once I'm relaxed, I start with one of my favorite techniques. This is actually based upon one of Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations called Blessings of the Energy Centers. And this one is about the heart. What I do is I focus my attention into my heart and I move the energy of my heart into my first energy center. I do that for a few minutes and then I go back to my heart again and then I move it back to the second energy center. By the way, the energy center is how Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it, but what I'm talking about are the chakras. You can start with the root chakra and just move up to through your whole body, center at a time, until you're at the crown chakra. So once I'm at the crown chakra, I feel that my whole body is vibrating. So then I know, okay, this is good. We can now move the energy from inward outward. And this is really key here. I feel this is key to really connect to the quantum field. I find it really difficult to move my energy into the field like very quickly. No, if I have to start small. So what I do is I feel into just a few inches of my body, like just a few inches around my body. I feel the energy and I feel it flowing around my whole body. I just go through it and I just feel how the energy is slowly expanding outwards. And then slowly I start to expand that energy into the room. I move that energy upward, but also beneath me and also behind me. And once I reach the corners of the room, I try to expand it even further into space, into the streets and the world. I don't try to visualize it too much because it can be quite challenging. But what I really do is focus on the energy and just, feel how I become everything. Another technique that I use, which is a little bit similar like the first one that I just talked about, it is instead of directing the energy to your chakras, I am visualizing light into my heart. And what I do is I try to feel into that light and try to feel the warmth of that light. And then once I feel it in my heart area, I move that light into my legs. And then once I reach my legs, I go up through my whole body, my knees, my hips, my lower back. I go up to my chest, my arms, my hands, my shoulders, all the way up until the top of my head. And once I reach that, I feel all the light and energy vibrating through my whole body. And then I again move it all outward. And the last powerful practice that I love to use is opening my focus. So again, what I do is once I'm in that alpha state, I move my focus and energy to my heart. For a few minutes, I tune into the energy of my heart. I feel the warmth and I feel the tingling sensation. And once I feel that and I feel very, very calm, I look behind my eyelids. And what I do is I just look straight forward. And what I do is I open up my focus just a little bit more and more and more. I focus on that energy of that space. And I try to feel how I am expanding. Instead of just looking like this, you have to open it like in a V shape. Open it up like this. And then until you open it all up around your body. Take your time to open your focus. Don't rush it. Just look straight forward, open it up a little bit and focus on that energy. Try to feel that energy and feel that space. So throughout all of these techniques, I try to stay connected to my breathing. And once a thought pops up, I just try to, push it away like a cloud very slowly without any judgment or whatever. And once you are stuck in a thought and you're aware of it, just go back where you were. And it really helps to connect with your breathing again and try to relax. Feel your body. If you feel your body is tense, try to relax. So what I always do is, okay, I have a thought. Oh, I am aware of the thought. I go back to my breathing, feel my breathing going up and down, and then I feel the tension of my body just going away. And to support all of this, I love to listen to binaural beats or meditation music. It really helps me to get into that calm and relaxed state way faster than doing it all by my own. Over time, I have learned to guide myself through these meditations. But if you're just starting out or you have difficulties to stay present, I would definitely recommend to use a guided meditation. This can really make a huge difference in your meditation practice. So when I'm fully in that space, it's hard to describe with words, but what I feel is a click. I don't know how other people feel, but for me, it is as if I'm in another dimension. I feel this click like butts. And then I feel very aware of my thoughts. I feel that I'm in all this blackness I feel all the space around me, and I am very aware of my thoughts. My body feels no longer solid, and I feel this subtle vibration, tingling sensation throughout my whole body. Like every cell is alive and, I don't know, connected to something greater. I have read so many testimonials of people talking about reaching the quantum field and feeling this rush of love energy or this great experience. For me, it is kind of like a slow build, you know, especially if you think about the whole meditation. You move first from beta into alpha into theta, and then you connect to the space. And what I do is I connect to my heart and really try to feel into my heart once I'm in that space. And what happens is that I feel this gratitude in my heart. It isn't like something big. It feels very subtle, you know, really calm. It feels like a trust, an inner knowing is coming up. So once you're in that field, it's the perfect place to manifest. And I use that place for healing. I'm on a healing journey right now, emotionally, physically, like everything. And what I do is once I am, you know, when I focus on my heart and focus on the energy of my heart, I direct that calm and loving energy into specific areas of my body that need healing. It can be something physical. For example, I had a lot of back pains, and I used to move that energy through my whole spine, and really, like, miraculously things happen and you're like, oh my God, you know, as if your body is remembering that it can heal itself. You know, I even tried it on open wounds on my body. You know, I burned myself, and when I moved that energy through that area, every meditation, every evening, I used to do it, and really it healed so quickly. And what I've learned from all these techniques and practices is how powerful energy is. And once you are in that space and you are present, you are open, you are connected, it's not about, you know, sitting in silence. It is as if you are, I don't know, engaging with life in its purest form. And that is really amazing. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any future videos. So thanks again, and I will see you in the next one.